Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Deep Space Transmissions, the show in which we take you to the outermost reaches of the Milky Way galaxy. I'm your host, Commander VG Punks, and with me, as always, our commanders Taylor, Sycon Jr., and Nakona. Say what's up, guys.
What's up, guys?
It's dark. It's very dark here. It is very, very dark here.
Are you wanting me to pop over to your view?
Should I get you a nightlight?
Maybe. That would be a bad idea. I can barely see my ship.
Let's have a look. Oh man, it is dark there.
Man, it's too bad we didn't start like half an hour ago. I was watching the sunset. It was gorgeous.
Aw. Well, I'm sad we missed it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a bit brighter here, but man, my ship sure is a cool color right now. That's pretty awesome. It looks pretty cool.
Hey, it's fixed.
What?
What's fixed?
It's fixed. You didn't notice that?
What's fixed?
So your paint job is emissive, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, yes, it's emissive. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Next system en route?
Was it not?
No, there was a problem with emissive paint jobs, like the pulse paint jobs, and this paint job.
You know what? I don't
It's
remember
fixed.
that. It's fixed.
Yeah,
Well,
it's fixed.
At least that happened.
Frontier is doing some stuff, man.
Some stuff.
So,
Optimizing
stuff,
paint
right?
jobs.
well, I mean, so that's like a lighting engine rebalance. All right, listen. Did you check your galaxy map?
I'm in the galaxy map right now.
So, did you have a route set the last time you played?
Oh yeah, I did.
But no, you were playing as Anthony Mazurek
No,
yesterday, were you not?
I hopped onto both.
Mm-hmm. So I had not hopped on to Red Scare Bear since then. I intended to, but I hadn't. So when I got into the galaxy map earlier, it actually had retained my route.
Interesting. We're headed to waypoint 5, right?
Spasow, yeah.
Okay. Go on.
So there is, while you're focused on Spasow there, if you do a little bit of you exited out.
I'm back.
So if you go back to our waypoint, I do want to show you something, that there are multiple points of interest at that waypoint that we will be visiting. Go ahead and focus on our next destination.
Next system en route?
I do need to renumber these waypoints in our bookmarks. I haven't got around to that yet. I did update them on the Inara page. So
Yeah.
if you look around there, you may notice a nebula nearby, a very small nebula.
This one?
Yes. So you notice I've shared that bookmark,
Yeah.
right? So if you focus on that bookmark, you might understand why I have bookmarked that and why we are going to visit it.
Oh, it's a black hole.
That's right.
I was gonna say, you found Raxlar already?
Maybe.
I mean, it's a black hole in the middle of a planetary nebula.
Oh, and that
Could
nebula
be.
looks. That nebula looks way
It's
cool.
awesome, right? Like, kind of reminds me of the Crab Nebula, but much smaller.
Oh, interesting. So you'll have to remind me that we're plotting to that after this next waypoint.
We're going to visit it while we're at the next waypoint.
Yeah. So we hit the waypoint first, and then we book it here to come check it out, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty
So
cool.
did you guys check out the patch notes from this week?
No.
I barely even realized there was a patch, even though I remember there being a roadmap for there.
No. VG took the Wing Commander took away my soapbox, so I'm not allowed to use that anymore. So there is a long set of patch notes for this week. And among them are there's lots of stability fixes, but it's almost all UI fixes on this pass. And among those UI fixes are UI fixes for the Galaxy map.
Oh, cool.
Which I'm really happy to see, because I don't think any of us were real enthusiastic about the changes they made to the Galaxy map.
Yeah, they were kind of annoying. Some of them.
So
Like,
we're going
you
to
know,
get underway.
Feeling
I
like
think,
the program
right?
had to minimize real quick in between screens. I noticed that didn't happen. Or did it? No, it didn't. They fixed that. Yay, fixed. I'm glad it's fixed.
So, I'm still not seeing all of the information that I'd like to see in the Galaxy map, what we used to be able to see, but it is better. It's improved.
Super Cruise drive engaging.
Yeah, it does look improved.
So, all right.
Acknowledged.
There's a bit of an elephant in the room that we need to address. I feel like right away, right? There was a Frontier developer live stream this week
Yeah?
where they're beginning to try and address the concerns that the player base has put forth for the lack of transparency coming from Frontier development in general. It feels like the last couple of years, the transparency between Frontier developments and the player base is actually diminished, and we're not happy about that. And so we've expressed our concerns about it, and they've heard them. So the last live stream had one of the community managers in there, who I feel like he was instructed to answer all questions as direct and non-evasively as possible.
Yeah?
And it was awesome. It was really, really great to see that. However, because he was addressing all questions non-evasively, and we're getting blunt answers for everything, some of the things that came up are answers that we maybe don't want to hear. So the first of those is ship interiors. Frontier has no plans whatsoever to implement ship interiors at all.
Aw, what?
Off balls.
Lame.
Now, because they do listen to their player base, there is a possibility that we could change that, right?
Yeah,
if,
we just
if
gotta
we
be
are
vocal about it.
enough about it, right?
Adjusting for
The
jump.
second thing that came up that really got my attention was
Maximum
they
velocity
heard our
engaged.
concerns about not having access to any of the exobiology equipment that was introduced with Odyssey. Us
Hull
as
integrity is
explorers
within
in the
limits.
black.
All other
Now, they
systems
have
are
not
normal
responded
levels.
to my ticket that I opened last week, which is unfortunate because I totally opened that ticket in character. But they did address it in that live stream, saying that Explorer mode on.
What did that have to do with
I have
anything?
some work to do with voice attack. Voice attack was updated today.
Yeah, I saw I saw that last night.
So
Yeah, I saw that and I told it, nope, no updates right now.
So they did address that, saying that it was
Acknowledged.
intentional. They didn't provide that equipment to us just out of the gate, and that they haven't said explicitly how they plan to address it because they don't know just yet. But they are trying to work something out. I'm going to call it right now. They're going to give fleet carriers the ability to sell suits, sell that equipment.
That makes sense. That seems the most logical solution.
So, and we will encounter fleet carriers between here and the bubble. I promise you. There was a player project set up to put fleet carriers around the galactic disk, so that players like us who are out in the black can resupply. And there are some fleet carriers on this side of the disk, which we saw when we hit the I Had Sex system. And so thus far, I actually have plotted our course deliberately to avoid them.
Okay.
But when Frontier does announce that this is a thing, we will divert and we will go equip ourselves. The third thing that came up that the community manager for Frontier kept saying over and over was, wait till the end of June. We will have much better information for you then. So I feel like they know that we're not happy with the roadmap that they put forward, and that they will offer us a better roadmap that actually is a roadmap at the end of June. And you know, I do find that answer to be acceptable, because as somebody who works in a IT field, I know that roadmaps are tough. They're hard. They're difficult to plan. I know they have an internal roadmap for things that they're working on. A lot of that is going to contain company confidential information, and they can't share it directly with us players.
Right.
So coming up with a roadmap that is publicly consumable is going to be a bit of a project. And if I were asked to do it, I would ask for 6 weeks to do it.
Seems legit.
So I'm not happy with the way that Odyssey released, the state that it released in.
Now
I don't think
engaged.
anyone is. As a streamer, I am happy with it because it was a beautiful train wreck.
Oh, beautiful.
It gives us
dumpster
lots to
fire.
talk about, right?
Scanning for anomalies?
It gives us lots to talk about, and that is a good thing. But for the players in general, I think it's gonna hurt the player base, like a number of players who are willing to play this game, because they get in here and things are a mess, and then they move on, right?
Right.
I'm done.
Oh, I thought I was like,
That's it.
I know
You can have the
there's more.
soapbox back. No, there isn't more, right? I mean, it's really rehashing the same thing over and over again. There are a ton of fixes in this, in this week's patch. Almost all of them focus on the UI, but a lot of them are also crashes related to occlusion calling and things like that. And that might have been what rebooted my computer last week.
damn.
So we'll see. Performance does seem to be improved. The little bit that I have played, I did not get on Red Scare Bear this week to get into a station and check that out.
Okay.
I will leave it to Nakona and anyone else who has actually had a chance to check that out to provide feedback there.
Okay.
Okay. What was he needing to check out?
Go to a station, get out of your ship, walk around,
Buy a beer.
Oh, I did that last night.
turn your frame rate monitor on and tell us what your frame rate is.
Is it single digits? Scanner mode.
Oh, it
No
was
problem.
it was never single digits.
I actually had a
The
couple.
But
last-
I was not terribly thrilled with its behavior, however.
I actually had some questions for Knack as well, but those can wait until after this segment.
Go on. Ooh, Waterworld.
What's that?
Knack, can we talk about your Type 9 for a bit? Or wait, you don't have a Type 9. What do you?
Anaconda.
Yeah, let's. Can we talk about your Anaconda real quick?
It don't want none unless you got buns, son.
No, you did not. You're fired.
Particularly, I'd like to know what kind of shields you keep on it for running cargo. Like what size are they? What type are they?
None.
Take a
You
look
don't-
at your UI, man. He is not running shields at all at the moment.
Oh, I'm in the. Okay, so you've been running none. You don't get pulled over a lot?
No, they try to interdict me, but I haven't. If I'm paying attention, I haven't been interdicted in forever.
Okay.
I want to point that out to you, Commander VG Punks. He is dodging interdictions in an anaconda.
In an anaconda, yeah. Okay. Last night I was trying to do some Imperial grinding so that I could unlock Heratani, whatever.
Ooh, ammonia world.
Oh, nice. I dropped in at the nav beacon to see where I was stopping, and immediately 8 dudes jumped on me.
Okay.
Completely melted my shields in no time, and blew me up. So that was with a full, like, I had 3 missions on hand. I ended up having to pay the fine for all 3 of them.
Damn.
I'm in a Type 9, which is a little bit different from an Anaconda, but as well, I
Still
just
big
kind
as
of.
shit.
But I've been running 5C bi-weaves, so I'm thinking about moving up to 6A and seeing if that gives me a little bit more time to get the fuck out of there.
Mm.
Yeah, that was rough. I immediately got just absolutely overwhelmed. It was awful.
Yeah, nothing sucks worse than that.
Yeah, I was planning on going back to it.
I thought that was lemmings.
I'm planning on going back to it later tonight, but I kind of want to have a plan for it. That's another thing. Do you run all the lightweight stuff as far as your core internals go, or do you actually
run
do rate?
Well, it's geared out first and foremost for jump range. So, whatever gives me the best range for what I'm doing. So either lightweight or just outright best range.
Okay.
And in power consumption, I'm not terribly concerned about. I don't have anything that's really sucking down juice, so I just go light as I can get it, basically.
Okay. So you got the lightweight hull and...
I've got everything. I have to look when I get to where I'm going. But yeah, pretty much. She's stripped down as much as possible.
Okay.
And like I said, I took a break from grinding engineering stuff a while back. And I have the second best fuel scoop you can get.
Nice.
Because I did not have the credits for the 298 million whatever.
What size fuel scoop are you running?
At the moment, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I needed that slot for something else. I think I put a cargo rack in it.
Temperatures are at an acceptable
I'd have to
level.
check my storage to see what it is, but it's 1,300 and something per second.
How much cargo can you carry?
400 tons right now.
400. Nice. Respectable. I have a build that I'm working on in Coriolis, and I have like all the optionals I need. I actually added a size 2 Guardian FSD booster just to get the extra 6 light years out of it. Laden. Scanner mode.
Okay.
Well, I'm about to get back to grinding my engineering for my FSD and shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, I gotta get back to working on that. I got annoyed because I was looking for whatever the hell it was I was looking for. I was having a hard time finding it. I have to go check.
You're trying to get the grade 5 at this point?
I don't remember what I was working on. I went out searching for whatever the hell it was I needed for it, and
Dude, trade for it.
where am I going? Felice Dock? Oh, there it is.
Dude, trade for it. Knack?
Yeah, I heard you. I was looking for something in the system map. Hold on. Where am I going? That away.
There we go. Oh no, it still is doing the like. Sometimes it minimizes my window and then. It's weird. Or that's
Oh,
kind of what
yeah,
it
you
looks
see your
like.
desktop through it?
Yeah, you see your desktop for just a minute or two before. Or like
Yeah,
a
I've been
second or
noticing
two.
that as well.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Well,
Fix your game, David Bray.
it could always be worse. It could be
Good.
Star Citizen.
It could.
Jumping to next system.
No, because this actually exists on disk.
Hyperspace velocity reached.
Hey, Acid. Welcome to the show, and I hope you like the new emote thing. I got rid of the cam spam, so yep, the emote thing is new.
Hull integrity is within limits.
And it should work with
All other
any
systems
emote.
are at
Any
normal
emote
level.
anybody puts in the chat should work. So yeah, have fun with that. There it is. Everything's fine. Oh, I like it. I realize some of them might pop up behind the cameras, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Come on.
All right, we're all fueled up. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Gotta stop yawning here. Maybe I do need that Red Bull. Like I'm just saying.
I said, I'm thinking about coffee.
Yeah, I just had a
if
coffee.
you're gonna make some coffee, you have to share it with the rest of the class.
Sadly, I do not have a coffee maker on the bridge here. I would just walk back and grab some. You know, just get up out of my chair. But for this, I guess I would need a ship interior. Isn't that right? In order to go back.
I feel baited.
No, because if you're in VR, you can do it already.
There's no ship interior. How would I go off the bridge?
You
There's
can
no-
roam around the cockpit, but you can't go any further than that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a coffee maker in
Yeah.
my cockpit in the Anaconda, so I would have to go through that door back there, which leads to nothing. It leads to the exit to my ship because those are the only two rooms on my ship.
Commander Puggle. Welcome in, Commander Puggle.
Hey, Commander Puggle, welcome. It's Vinny Chase and his entourage. Oh wait, supposed to be jumping.
Oh, I am voting for Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh yeah, I'm on that train.
Vectors.
All right.
Frame
So
shift
new
now
lighting
engaged.
situation.
No anomalies detected.
We're waiting for the sun to go down to see how well this
Exit
is going to look at
destination
night.
confirmed.
I
Arrival
got a
in
green
5,
screen, so no more like
4,
chunky headset
3,
activity.
2,
And
1.
everything should look a lot better from here on out as far as my camera is concerned, which I'm pretty happy about. I won't look like confetti like Commander Taylor just turned into.
I don't know what's up with that.
I don't know.
Next system en route.
I'm gonna assume it's like a packet loss thing. Seems like a likely candidate.
Well, if anything, it looks like your frame rate is better without it going through Chroma Can AVS.
Make
yeah,
the jump.
yeah, I'm picking that. I'm getting that too. Scanner mode.
That's affirmative, Commander.
You know, and we got some other new things going on in the stream. You know, like I say, just trying to make it better every time. Try to make it a little bit better every time. And I think that's
Yeah,
pretty
I made the mistake of updating voice attack today, and now I have to try and fix all my voice packs.
Yeah, I was not about to do that before the stream.
You
Yeah.
have to fix. Why do you have to fix them? Kind of fix.
It looks like it broke them.
That's weird.
Mine
The,
never
the
has
plugin is missing.
Anyway, I'm gonna step off my
Yes.
bridge for a second to go grab some snacks. I will be right back.
All right.
System
I need
map.
snackies.
Yes, that is the green screen's doing.
I need, since I'm working on something else, I need to check and see if the R7370 can handle, excuse me, video encoding worth of shit.
Where is this last planet? Oh, there it is. Haha, found it.
All right, terraforming candidate. We got two water worlds here.
Yeah. Nice with the water worlds.
They appear to be undiscovered as well. Third water world here.
Terraformables. Nope, nothing. Yeah, I'm liking the camera a whole lot more though. Really, Din? This cat is just on that crackhead energy at the moment. He's doing lots of drugs. Hi, puppy. That's a green screen, all right.
It's like
I set this thing up, and the dog's like, "The fuck is this?" What did you say, Bob?
Could totally do that, but I have to turn my disc around, and that wouldn't work worth a damn.
What? You put up a
Green screen. Yeah.
Why would you need to turn your desk around?
Well, because behind me is our couch. All right. I have nothing to do with the green screen, or nothing to put it on where it wouldn't be in the way.
Yeah, no, that's mine's in the way. I have to move it every time I stream. I have to set it up and take it down. So, and the lights too are here. Like they're just.
Well, like I said, my ceiling fans would interfere with it if I tried to hang it from the ceiling.
Yeah, mine's on a stand. Mine's got a little tripod that it came with.
You know what? Hold on a second. I need to check something.
This is a very long song. Oh, and it just finished actually. What do we got coming up next? We got Sonic and Knuckles, hot stuff coming up. We have Turrican 3, not sure what that is. Golden Sun, A World Reignited, and Super Hang-On, which I've also never heard of.
So far,
You've never heard of Super Hang-On?
Oh, it definitely sounds like Super Hold music.
You've never heard of Super Hang-On, and you call yourself a Sega nerd?
Who, me?
Not
I did
him,
not.
No.
Yes, you.
I did not
He
own.
did-
I did not own
Yeah.
me a Sega.
I'm the Sega nerd.
Yeah, that would be the Psycon.
and the nag.
I was the Nintendo kid. My cousin was the Sega kid. So I feel like everybody, like, if you are a Nintendo kid, you have the Sega cousin. And it's always a cousin, or vice versa. If you're the Sega kid, then you had a Nintendo cousin that you would like go to their house. And, oh, he's got the Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I was definitely
Affirmative.
the Sega kid, and I had the Nintendo cousin.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's always like that. It's always a cousin. Everyone I've met, they always like, yeah, I had the one system or the other, and my cousin had the other one, and I'd go to their house, and I'm like, yeah, like everybody's story, always the same. Nowadays, it'd be like, I've got a Because I've got a Switch, but my dad has an Xbox. I feel like. Nothing here. Damn. It's not getting much luck here. How's it going for you guys? I know you just got 2 water worlds. Bob?
3.
3 water worlds.
Nope, just boring stuff here.
How
Like,
are you
I
doing,
think this-
Psycon Junior? You see, because he's chewing.
Yeah, I have a hard time trying to place some of these remix tracks, and I think this one was from the Lava Reef Zone.
Lava Reefs. Yeah.
Hull
sounds
integrity
right.
is within limits. All other
I don't
systems
remember
are
how
at
far I
normal
got
levels.
in Sonic and Knuckles. I do remember when this came out, and like, my cousin was just like, "Oh, it's like the weirdest thing," and I was like, "Oh, it's kind of like the Game Genie," and it's like the what? Like, yeah, I have a Game Genie. I stole it from Blockbuster.
I got a Genesis Game Genie.
Yeah, I know they had them for Genesis.
I've got the Sega Tower of Power.
Knack, the ROM doesn't count.
What?
ROM only doesn't count.
Come on, damn it.
By the Sega Tower of Power, I'm assuming you're talking about the Sega CD, and the 32X.
Yep. And then the Game Genie, Sonic and Knuckles plus Sonic 3.
All right, so Knack, while we're on the subject, I have a new appreciation for the Sega CD,
Okay.
Why's that?
and I have 3 words to explain it. Ready?
Okay.
KO Flying Squadron.
KO Flying Squadron. I love that game. I've got that game.
I
Scanning for
know.
anomalies.
I downloaded that
Undetected.
game from you. It's pretty freaking rad, man. It's like this is the
Go price that
cutest
game on
shmup.
eBay.
That is the cutest shmup I have ever played.
Yeah, but go price that game on eBay.
Grab
Why?
grab
Do you
that.
want me to see me? Do you want to see me react to Sticker Shock?
Pretty much.
Fuck you! I'm not doing it.
I've got
Like,
quite a
I
few
know what
Sega
old
CD.
games- He's like, I know what old games can cost. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to show it to you.
Well, Snatcher that was up in the queue a while ago is like $600-700 last I checked. KO Flying Squadron is more like
Acknowledged, Commander.
1,200, 1,000.
It was great. I mean, I had on easy, right? But still, it was fucking awesome,
All the little dragons flying around just
right?
fucking shit up.
Well, it like all the enemies are freaking Tanuki.
It's a great game.
Until you
It's
encounter
a
the
hidden
U.S.
gem.
Navy, and then right.
It was a great game.
So playing it emulated, first of all, Sega CD, it addresses one of my 2 big beefs with the Sega Genesis, right? The first of those being the sound. I just can't with the Sega Genesis sound chip. I just can't. I can't.
Okay.
Right? And the second big beef was the controller, and that's easily resolved with emulation.
Okay. Well, I loved my 6-button controller, my arcade sticks, and all that stuff. And the sound, I never had a problem with it. The Sega CD version, I mean, the music was great.
Well, so the Sega CD has a completely different sound chip, it seems like. The sound quality on it is way above the Sega Genesis.
Well, if I remember correctly, I think they doubled it up. If I remember correctly, they had 2 of everything. I'd have to look into
Maybe.
that.
I don't know. It's pretty awesome though.
Full motion video.
I mean,
So many full motion
Knack,
video games.
Knack, you and I have been friends long enough. You know I love me some shmups.
Course adjustment.
So I downloaded all the shmups you have for the Sega CD.
What's your favorite shmup?
Ride and Trad.
Ride and Tried?
Key systems are at optimal levels. Readying for exit now.
Ride and Trad, the sequel to Ride.
Oh. I don't think I
I
played
killed
either.
so fucking many quarters on that back in the arcade days.
I will have to check that out. I may have it. Because I have a lot of MAME ROMs, but
I mean,
Why not?
I guess that one qualifies as a bullet hell shooter, maybe. Knack, what do you think?
I've not actually played that one.
scanner mode.
Affirmative, Commander.
Okay, maybe we haven't discussed shmups before.
You know, one game that I've loved since I played it in the arcade was Metal Slug.
Metal Slug is awesome.
I have that on PC. Yeah. Have you played Mercenary Kings?
No, I haven't even heard of that one.
Oh my god. So it's Metal Slug, but it's like, man, it's so hard to explain. Like, I would liken it to Monster Hunter, but only the system of like upgrading your weapons and like, so you're like, you build your weapons. So like you buy parts to the weapons and then you like, you like mesh them together to make like all different sorts of shit. So you could like take a shotgun handle and put it on like a fucking automatic or something. Like it's weird.
That does not sound like a shmup to me. That sounds like a FPS.
But okay, but the actual like gameplay is Metal Slug. Like you're going through these levels. The only difference is like they have bosses that you have to hunt, and then you're getting materials off of the various things that you kill and the like crates you open and shit like that. So instead of like going through a linear level, you're like exploring these various maps that have like different zones and stuff. It's neat. It's really cool. Really well done.
So I sat down the other night and I walked Red Riot, my daughter, through the history of shmups.
Yeah?
Starting with Space Invaders. Waiting for Knack to start laughing.
I figured Space Invaders was going to be mentioned.
Of course.
Right? Because it starts there, right? And so, what would be the next one after Space Invaders?
Would Centipede count? Because I think
Centipede would count.
I would figure Centipede would count.
So I didn't hit the Centipede, but I definitely did the Galaga.
Mm-hmm.
So
That was my jam.
I mean, so Galaga and I had a long history, right?
First time I ever
Maybe
played
not-
Galaga was at Taco Tico back in, I don't know,
Leaving system.
first grade, second grade.
First time I played Galaga was at the VFW club in Sharon, Pennsylvania. My grandfather would take me to the VFW club with him, and they had all kinds of arcade machines there. They had Galaga, they had Pac-Man, they had Tapper. That was it, right? And I killed so much of his money in Galaga.
My hairdresser, when I was very, very little, had the tabletop Donkey Kong and Galaga, and those were like the two arcade machines that were in there. And I would just in the waiting room just sit there. It was great.
So I want to point out that we frequented this establishment so much that I was on a first name basis with the bartender.
I mean, this is not an unusual occurrence for you now.
Hold on. No. I was 7.
Yeah?
Okay.
Not surprising.
Not only that, but almost 20 years later, that same bartender remembered me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because we made it a point to go to Crane
Right away,
Max where she was working at that time, right? And Crane X was known for doing this Christmas display. And so it was 2000. It was the first time that my wife had ever left the state, and we went to Pennsylvania, right? And we made sure to visit Crane X because that was where Bonnie was working. And Bonnie remembered me. She hadn't seen me in 20 years, right? Probably 13, 14 years, right? But she still remembered me. But then again, us little boys, we don't really change much as we grow up.
Nope.
Get bigger, hairier, and smell bad.
So speak for yourself. And I'm not sure you even qualify in the hairier department.
Yeah, I'm saying I got less
he didn't
hairy.
get bigger.
Space Harrier department. What?
Yeah, that's another good game.
Another amazing game. Space Harrier was awesome.
What was the one that? So what was the shmup that instead of like being like a side-scrolling not Gradius. That wasn't Gradius, right? That was side-scrolling. No, it's R-Type. Or being
R-Type and Gradius both.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gradius as well. Or being a horizontal 1942 Galaga.
I love me some 1942.
Dude.
What was the one?
And the sequel, 1943.
Yeah,
I like 1943 as well. Those I would play at the laundromat when I was living on the south side. Very often. What was the one that featured the ship that kind of it went in a circle around the screen, and you when you were shooting, it was like you're shooting
Tempest.
That was it was Tempest. There you go.
Fucking love.
It was a weird polygon circular.
Right? It was all
Fractals.
vector. It was vector.
Mm.
It was a vector game. It was an Atari vector game, and I fucking Tempest 2000 on the Atari Jaguar.
Hold on.
Yep, that's where I was going.
Now this is something I played on NES.
Listen, I need a bio break. I'll be right back.
Oh, it was on all sorts of systems back in the day.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Tempest does sound like what it was. Give me a second. I'll look it up just real quick and confirm. But yeah, I remembered that game because of every other game you saw was either side-scrolling or vertical scroller, shmup, and that one always caught me as hey, that's a good design. That's pretty cool.
Well, when Bob returns, I'm going to see if he's got a chance to play Still Feed.
Oh no, this
Still
isn't it.
Feed was.
It's close, but that's not it. Shoot.
What are you looking at? Tempest?
Yeah, I was looking at Tempest, but that's not the one.
Well, there's a bunch of different versions of Tempest over the years.
There it is. Hold up. What is this? What is this called? Gyrus.
Ah, okay.
There we go. Yeah, it's called Gyrus.
Oh, wait. I'd hit Trade Rank Tycoon.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
Yep.
All I have left is my combat rank on this pilot. I think on Mastery too. I think Mastery hit. Hey Bob, it was Gyrus. Gyrus is the game that I was thinking of. But I saw Tempest, and yeah, that one too. I never got to play that one though. That was
Tempest and Gyrus are very similar.
Yeah. Gyrus was the game that I'm particularly remembering though.
All right. Speaking of games in this genre, though, have you played Still Feed?
What?
I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet.
That is one of my favorites. You got to think about it. When that game came out, what, 92, 93, 12-year-old me was like, oh my god.
It did look really awesome. So yeah, I did a search for Sega CD shmups. So I did download that from you.
You need to play it. Like I said, that one was one of my favorites on the Sega CD.
Yeah, it's on my list. After I finish,
I bought the remake of it for the PlayStation 2 years later. Have a smoke. Get up and stir for a second. Oh. Oh, my knees. Hold on a sec.
All right. Let's send a quick message out to Chrissy. And I am headed to a terraformable finally. Did I actually check to make sure that was the only terraformable in this system? I don't think I did.
Wow, I just had to reinstall Eli and Eden both.
Wow.
Damn.
That sucks. Yeah.
That does
Just
not
so you
say
guys
that's
are aware,
terraformable.
if you have HCS voice packs, so previously voice attack was 32-bit only. This release introduces a 64-bit version, and it will overwrite your 32-bit version if you have it installed, and you will have to reinstall your voice packs.
I didn't have to reinstall my voice pack, and I did that. Mine are working.
Yeah, but
just
did
fine.
you install 32 or 64-bit?
I installed the 64-bit. You remember I was making a big deal about that last night, and I was like, how did I not have the 64-bit installed previously? Are you telling me that's new? They didn't have that before?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't
that's
know
exactly what we're telling you.
that. Oh, okay. Well, I thought there was a terraformable here, but I guess there's not, which is weird, because, like, I swear it popped up on the scanner and it said there was a terraformable, but now that I'm like parsing through these, there are none. Unless I'm not looking
Explorer
at
mode
those.
on.
Has anybody found a terraformable yet? Have they moved like where that text is?
Yes.
Did they
Yes,
really?
they have.
Where do
Yes, they have.
Where do I find it now?
Can you look at my screen?
Sure. Doing it.
All right. So these two worlds here are terraformable. It's up under description. This body is a candidate for terraforming.
Oh, are you kidding me? So it's like up in the... Okay. Damn. So...
Yeah, they don't have a flyout for it anymore.
Oh, that sucks. So it's in the description?
Yep. And
you
I
just
turned
gotta,
into
like, give it to
confetti
the-
again.
They've put it in like the middle, is it?
Yep. Wow.
So, question.
Answer.
While I'm thinking about it, Corwin, is he not that familiar with Linux?
No, he is not.
Okay. I was thinking that after I tried to give him a couple of commands to run on that thing today, and his response was like, "Huh? What's that do?"
He is very much a Windows desktop technician.
Okay. Hell, I'm surprised he didn't try to go a Windows server then.
Well, you know, when you're talking about a server and hypervisors, right? Your options are kind of limited.
Uh-huh.
What's a hypervisor's?
Virtual machine host operating system.
Virtual machine host operating system.
the VM that we've got set up is going to be the streaming VM. That's the guest OS. The host is Proxmox.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could do that. I also don't know what Proxmox is.
All right. So when you know what a virtual machine is, right?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So when you have a virtual
Course
machine,
adjustment.
you have a host machine and you have a guest machine, right?
Okay.
So the virtual machine is the guest operating system in this context, right?
Okay.
Safety protocols
So
for exit.
when you're talking about a server whose purpose it is to host virtual machines, right?
Okay.
Now you're talking about a hypervisor.
Oh, okay. So it's like that's a server that's specifically for the purpose of hosting virtual.
Carving it up into lots of other little servers.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, got it. Makes sense.
So I just want to point out that I made it from a
Understood.
position from the star where light would have taken 46,000 seconds to make it to this planet in less than 3 minutes.
How fast were you going? Did you break the
Very
galactic
fast.
speed limit?
Well, we definitely broke a speed limit, right? Like, what is the universal speed limit?
Well,
It's the speed of light, right?
Yeah, it's 1C.
Right. Well,
Yeah, that's
So-
the galactic speed limit.
so what is the speed of light? Why do we call it that?
because that's the amount of that's
So
the
let me-
that's the
let me-
distance light can travel in a second, right? Or well,
No. The speed of light is the absolute fastest that anything can happen anywhere ever in this universe.
According to
Right.
our understanding of
in the
physics.
observable
And it's
According
range,
to our-
right?
Correct. Right. So when you think about it, it's the real. So it just happens to be that light is the one thing that we can observe that happens to travel at that speed. Right. Anything beyond the speed at which light travels is not possible. So if you think about it, it's really more like the law of the speed of cause and effect. Like if you go beyond that speed, then the effect can theoretically occur before the cause. Right? So
Favorite explanation of that is, imagine if the speed limit were 50 miles an hour and you're driving your car down the interstate at 60 miles an hour at night. Not only would your headlights not work, they would be chasing you down the road.
True.
So more to the point, right? And we're talking about relativity, in particular special relativity, right? If you're traveling close to the speed of light, time slows down. Why does that happen? Well, for the same reason that if you're traveling on the highway at 65 miles an hour and the car in the lane next to you is traveling down the highway at 67 miles an hour, it passes you, but the relative speed between you two is only 2 miles per hour.
Okay.
It's the same thing with the speed of light, right? The closer you get to the speed of light, the slower everything else in the universe is moving relative to you. And because the absolute fastest that anything can move in the universe is the speed of light, which is at the speed at which light travels, right? Then there's an upper limit as to how fast you can move. Which is interesting if you really think about it, right? Because we're moving around in Super Cruise, we are traveling faster than light. If you go faster than light, according to Einstein, technically speaking, you are traveling faster than time.
Not to mention the fact that you weigh everything.
So I wanted to focus on time, right? That makes us, technically speaking, time travelers.
Cool.
If you are at a star that is 3,000 light seconds away from a planet, and then you travel to that planet and you get there less than 3,000 real-time seconds later, you have traveled faster than a photon can get there, which means that you have got there faster than cause and effect, which means that you have traveled, technically speaking, backward in time.
Interesting.
Now, if that doesn't bake
Adjusting
your
for
noodle,
jump.
think about this from a photon's perspective. A photon travels at the speed of light.
Okay.
That means that the time elapsed for that photon in between time, in the instant in which it came into existence, in the instant in which it hit your eyeball, is effectively nothing.
Well, I'm sure if that photon did have a thought, it would think, well, I guess life finds a way.
No, light finds a way.
Is that the segment? Is that segment?
That's the You've Been Bob's segment for this week.
You've been Bob.
Thank you and good
night. I should record a sound bit.
It has to
That
be a
was
chorus, like, right?
Yeah,
Like
well, I mean-
Sega? No.
I have to. I mean, everything should be 4-part harmony at least. Scanner mode. Scanner mode.
Affirmative.
Explorer mode on.
Yeah, I haven't seemed to find a terraformable at
Engage
all.
FSD. Yay! It's
So you-
working again.
If you find another one, can you let me take a look at it again? I just want to make sure that I'm understanding where this is supposed to show up.
What are you talking about?
The terraformable flag. Like, I haven't seen. I swear to God that one planet was terraformable, and it said so on the scanner. But then when I got there, or when I went to look at the description, like, there was nothing in the entire system that was marked as terraformable.
Yeah, all right, I'll show you.
When? Right now?
I don't know. She's still scanning. Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 bodies here.
Oh,
And they're both stars, so yeah, there's nothing to show you here. Moving on.
Well, let me know.
So you got 2 hot bodies in the system, huh?
That's
So they don't
right.
get too close together before they make an explosion.
What do you know about threesomes, Psychon? Are you speaking from
Well, I mean, I
experience?
wasn't.
Because
I
doubt that
wasn't.
very much.
I did go out on vacation recently, so there was.
What happens in Vegas? Are
Yeah.
you really pulling the What Happens in Vegas card?
I mean, it is the city motto after all.
Yeah, but there's a subtext to that, which is what happens in Vegas is shared with your mates.
Oh, and we have a redeemed story time from Acid Honey. Psychon's
Yeah!
Vegas threesome.
You're gonna have to refund it because there's nothing that happened.
We gotta hear it from Bob's perspective. How did this go down? Do you need me to break out the D20s?
So the threesome,
think so, yeah.
was we traveled on a road trip to Hoover Dam.
A road trip?
Yeah, we went on a. Yeah, we took a little bus excursion to go to the Hoover Dam.
who was your damn guide? Did you ask
Yep.
lots of damn questions?
We had a damn fun time. Watched a damn movie.
Did you visit Damn Clown's Funland?
They did have a type of stop like that. Yes.
Damn Clown's Funland.
But
Damn clowns,
Damn
fun
pictures.
horse. I mean, this is Vegas.
True. Go on. So, Psychon, you were saying about your threesome?
As Honey says, you should make one up.
Yep.
I don't disagree.
Anyways, one thing I wanted to ask you while I was thinking about it. Did you say the other night you didn't know anything about Unraid, or you'd never heard of Unraid before?
Me?
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I said I don't know anything about it. I didn't say I hadn't heard of it, because you've mentioned it like, I don't know, half a dozen times.
Yeah, I really don't like it.
Yeah, I looked into it. It looks like just yet another virtual machine host. But you're
That's not
changing
all
the
it
subject.
Well, I wasn't trying to change the subject. I was coming back to what we were talking about a while ago. And I forgot
You're
to
changing the subject, and what we're supposed to be hearing about Commander Sycon's threesome experience in Vegas. It had to be something, because he completely shaved his beard for this, so...
has to have been. I'm sorry, Acid. I could not figure out how to refund that. Because he ended up not making one up. I went to the manager quest, but it didn't have it there for some reason. And then I cleared everything, and now it doesn't have it at all, so... Your next one is free. I'll make sure your next one is free. Somebody remind me of that. Acid's next redemption is free. That I can do.
How about the redemption of Commander Taylor being at a bar at 7 years old?
Does he want to redeem that? Scanner mode.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Not sure that's something that I can. Can you just ask for a different story? Yeah, sure, you can do that. What is your story request?
Oh, hell yeah. Final Fantasy 9.
Indeed.
Probably my favorite Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, 9's one of my favorites easily. So I want to see what Acid requests for the story. I don't think any of these are going to be.
Looks like we're losing
Horrible.
Commander Taylor.
Are we? Oh.
At least for the game.
Where's the? Where is it?
Damn, that was loud.
Was that really?
For me, it was.
Was that loud for everybody?
I mean, I have you down sounding pretty soft, so it wasn't very loud for me.
Let me know in the thing if that was in the chat if that was loud as hell. Hopefully not. Song I can't-
Tomorrow.
Jumping to next
What's
system.
Oh, go ahead. I said, tomorrow I'm going to go to Lowe's Home Improvement, and I'm probably going to just drop my pants and straight up show my ass.
Hull integrity is within limits.
You're going
I'll
All
where?
order
systems are at normal
to
levels.
Lowe's Home Improvement, I'm going to show my ass.
How come? What did
I ordered a
Lowe's do?
dishwasher. I ordered a dishwasher 3 weeks ago, and then somebody just still hasn't got it to me.
Wow.
I kind of let the lady have it on the phone the other day because their truck delivery schedule is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I called her yesterday and I checked to see if my damn dishwasher was there. And she said, no, it's shows for scheduled to be here on the 13th. And I didn't say anything about it. I was like, well, if the truck hadn't come in yet, it's not going to be there on the 13th. So I just done made up my mind. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to be a complete asshole come tomorrow.
Wow. Whew, okay. Yeah, the screen's pretty awesome. To again, I think we're gonna see how it pans out at night, and the sun's going down now, so we're gonna see how the light changes
systems
as
now.
we go.
Complete.
Yeah, we did lose Commander Taylor. How many more jumps do you have, Psychon? To the next
Over 100?
waypoint? Okay. Yeah, I just hit 92 myself. So, Acid, what did you want for your other story? I don't know if you heard me say that asking for another story would be good. Scanner mode.
Making it so.
And I've had this dull headache all day. It sucks. Okay, yeah, just let me know. Let me know. I just wanted to make sure you heard that was cool. Okay. Let's see.
Launch. Did Psychon dip out on us?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, he suddenly reappeared on his camera.
Yeah.
That was funny. More icy bodies, I take it. Yeah, no, not even a terraformable yet. This is abnormal.
I'll say this. One thing I don't recall noticing in the game is a distortion effect around the ships when they're coming through the mail slot.
Really?
I was just sitting here
that.
waiting in the queue to
Vectors.
dispatch, and I saw to disembark.
Maximum velocity.
And I was watching one of the ships come in, and it had like this distortion effect around it.
Huh.
Temperatures are at an acceptable level.
Stop for some fuel real quick. Close that D scanner. Okay, Bob said his computer rebooted. That sucks, that keeps happening.
I wonder if he's having power supply problems.
Right? We need to get Chrissy a new power supply as well. Because hers doesn't have the, well, I guess the wattage to run everything she's trying to run on there. So I'm thinking about moving her up to a CX750.
What's she running right now?
Is it a 600? Yeah, it's a 600. Or it might be a 650. I know it's,
Yeah,
it's like, yeah.
I'm running a Corsair RM1000. Been running it for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. It's been great.
Well, that's because you have a shit ton of hard drives and stuff, right?
Not anymore. I had to take that out.
So, 1,000, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I had to take that out because, well, I could have just put a different RAID controller in it, but it pissed me off. My setup, one of the last Windows feature updates, it broke the driver compatibility.
Oh. That sucks.
Yes, it did. I was not happy.
So is that why you got the 1,000-watt supply in the first
No.
place? Was because of all the... How come you went with the 1,000-watt?
Well, because my last build, which was the first build in this case, I had a FX 9590 processor and an R9 390X graphics card. And those things were kind of insane. And I just decided to go off the deep end.
You think we should kick it up a notch? Maybe go up to the 800 mark?
What kind of graphics card and processor are you running?
Well, she's wanting to go up to one of the newer cards as soon as if they ever become available again. But she also has an Elgato card in there, and I want to get one too. But right now she's on like a 1060, and then she'd be running the Elgato card as well, and those things are pretty power hungry. Like with the Elgato card in, we couldn't even boot her machine. It undervolted, so we ended up having to pull out the Elgato card, and everything ran fine. So scanner mode.
Okay, Commander.
Capture card?
Yeah, the Elgato capture card.
Okay.
I'm actually going to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
I don't have any capture cards in my system. I have a HDMI capture USB device, and I have an Elgato composite and S-video capture device.
Oh, okay, those are stars. You have an Elgato capture card?
It's not a card, it's a USB capture device.
It's a USB capture device. Yeah, I want to get a card. I want to get an internal. The same one she has. Pretty quick. She did stream like Animal Crossing and I think Pokemon, and it ran great. But on her old machine, it was like it was having some trouble. I think with just rendering, it was just not keeping up, so we ended up upgrading, and then we didn't have enough power, so hopefully moving up to a 750 will be good enough. Like hopefully we don't have to, but maybe I should kick it up into the 800 just to be sure, like the 800 range.
Calculation. I built one system, I guess it was about 10 years back, where I scraped by. I had less than 50 watts remaining on my power budget.
How can
Hull
you tell?
integrity is within limits. All other systems are at normal levels.
Well, do the math on it first, what all your shit requires. And then I've got a Wattman around here. You plug a device into it, and it'll tell you what it's pulling for power.
Interesting. Okay.
And I had I think it was a 600 watt power supply, and I had an SLI setup in an FX 8150 build.
Oh wow.
And everything running full tilt on that thing, it was pulling, I want to say it was pulling like 620 watts through a 600 watt power supply.
Interesting. Scanner mode.
Affirmative.
Which is perfectly fine.
I'm gonna take my time with this one and see if we get anything. Go Rocky Ice World.
Yeah, the power supply and everything is pulling like 620 watts from the wall. And then you take in the efficiency, so say it's an 80% efficiency power supply. But if you're pulling 620 watts, you're actually only using 80% of that. You're losing the other in the conversion process.
See. Interesting.
So like I said, I was trying to explain that to someone, and they're like, "Oh, you're pulling too much power supply." No, I'm not. I was like, "How do you figure? It's a 600 watt power supply that's pulling 600 over that from the wall." Like, it hasn't blown up yet. Don't worry about it.
This is weird. It suddenly popped up and it was like non-terraformable discovered. Like, Yeah, I know. Why are you pinging me about non-terraformables? I just want to know if it's terraformable.
I'm gonna say, wouldn't by default pretty much all of them be non-terraformable?
Yeah, and that's the only one that pinged me, and it was like non-terraformable discovered. Like
why do I care?
Like, is there something special about it that I should be? Are the other ones terraformable? Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know why it did that. Weird. Alright, on to the next one. How many jumps do I have? The 89? That's 89, yeah. Finally breaking the triple digits.
On
The route to waypoint 5. So now I'm into the double digits.
Key systems are at optimum levels, readying for exit.
Whoa, okay. I don't like those little brown dwarves, man. They're little tiny. Exclusion zone is like huge. Alright. Go. I hope Bob's okay. He never came back. Where is that? Whoop. Alright, here we go. Scanner mode. Scanner mode.
Affirmative,
There
Commander.
we go.
I don't know
Alright.
what the hell I did. My left leg is killing me lately. It's in here throbbing.
Well, I hope your leg feels better. That sounded like Bob. Did he actually drop out of the voice chat?
I don't think so. Hold on.
He did,
Wait,
and then
yeah,
he came
yeah.
back in. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
so
there.
he's already back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna lie, I'm annoyed because once again, a Elite Dangerous crash reset all of my Elite Dangerous settings.
Oh no.
What the hell? Hard crash your whole system?
Yep.
That sucks.
Engage jump drive.
Jumping.
That's probably.
Commander Taylor-MadeAK has come online.
Yay. Kind of. Except you have to do all your settings again, right?
Yeah, I have to reset all my graphic settings and everything else.
Your controls too? Or are you just bringing your controls back in? And damn,
Scanning
dude, what's
for
wrong
anomaly.
Yeah,
with
fortunately,
None detected.
fortunately, I'm
that? You've been getting all these
I
random
am of
reboots and
the
stuff.
I am of the habit of backing up all that shit, right?
Of course. You're getting a lot of reboots.
Leave your
man,
power
that's
supply in
crazy.
that machine.
Oh, it's a
Scanner mode.
Acknowledged, Commander.
650 watt.
You should be well under power budget then.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an Elite Dangerous thing. So
Is this the only game you play that causes this?
Yep.
Jesus.
I think it's just another optimization thing.
That and probably a
Definitely.
combination of his particular hardware. And this shit didn't start until after Odyssey.
Yep. Wing Commander, you may need to refresh your browser source for my camera.
Okay.
Oh, that's another good one right there.
Galaxy
Afterburner.
map.
Making it so.
Afterburner 3 on the Sega CD was fun too.
Afterburner 3. Yeah, well, with all the aliens and stuff.
You mean Thargoids?
Argoids.
It's always Thargoids.
Not gonna say it's Thargoids, but it's Thargoids. No, you know, there's that commercial where I think it was it Hulk Hogan that was in it, and he was like playing he was playing Afterburner, and he was like, "Die aliens!"
Give it up, Drago.
Yeah,
Yeah, in Suburban Commando.
that wasn't a commercial. I thought it was a commercial.
No, it was in a movie. Suburban Commando.
That wasn't the one where he had like babysitting the kids or whatever.
That's the one with Chris.
Yep, that was exactly it.
Yeah, where I was frozen today.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about that was one of the kids had this damn prank wallet. It was like a high voltage taser wallet or something. He used it on one of the bad guys.
Next
Oh,
system
that's a
drop.
different one. That one was the one where I think he was a nanny. No, there was like a couple of rich kids or something. I have watched way too many Hulk Hogan movies.
Acid says, "Okay, Psycon, tell me a spooky story from your childhood." Has to be spooky.
I don't know if you guys ever saw the TV series Sightings.
No. Well, maybe a
It
little
was
bit.
sort of like a investigative news type thing, where they investigate stories around like UFOs, ghosts, and stuff like that.
Like
but,
Unsolved
you know-
Mysteries, but with like paranormal.
Yeah, but they treat it real and everything. And
Like
one of the
Unsolved
guys,
Mysteries, but with Thargoids.
With Thargoids.
but you know, essentially they treat it real and whatnot. And one of the guys, the main host, like he was actually a former like military general. And anyway, I remember one time when I was watching the series, especially like it might have been like late afternoon or something like that when he used to show, and like one of the things they were talking about was the supposed Men in Black, which is well before the movie came out, but back when the craze was sort of hitting around like the conspiracy stuff.
Okay.
And I remember one time when after they finished talking about the story about people who talk about seeing the Men in Black and what they're supposed to look like and how they scare these people and stuff. Like I remember
They're
I was
men,
looking outside
but
the
they're
window.
wearing black.
But I remember looking outside the window and I thought for a second I saw one of them and I was like, what the heck? And then it's obviously active imagination stuff. But
Were they singing? We're men in black. Black.
I was
don't
about to make
remember
that
because I hid myself under the covers.
Yeah, I was about to also say, yeah, that was actually just Slender Man.
Oh, this is well before people thought of Slenderman.
Slenderman. General Bork. I need to get a dog named General Bork now.
Be right back. I'm gonna go check on the status of dinner. Oh, I'm taking y'all with me though.
Okay. I'm actually going to I'm going to take a quick break myself and get some more painkiller. I will be right back. Don't touch that dial. I will leave you in the I'll leave you in the care of Commander Taylor, unless you want me to go to BRB, Commander Taylor.
I mean, hopefully I don't like spontaneously reboot again.
Should I just go to BRB? Do you think it's safer?
I'm thinking that's probably the better option.
Safest. It's the safest option.
Okay. We're going to go to BRB for just a bit, guys. I will be right back. Or we will be right back. Don't touch that dial. And we're back.
Welcome
Let's
back.
see, 100% argon atmospheres. 100% nitrogen. You know, that's gonna have blue skies. Then again, it is orbiting a carbon star.
A question. When I went to BRB, or when I first went to BRB, did it roll an ad for anybody? Just curious if that button actually
I didn't
worked.
see any ads.
Okay, I didn't either, and that might be because I'm running an ad blocker. But
Yeah, same.
yeah, just wondering if it showed or not.
Galaxy map.
Course adjustment.
Yeah.
Where is everybody?
Well, I'm in an anaconda called the.
You guys are
Nocturne.
both ahead of me. Damn.
No, when Knack first mentioned the joke about the anaconda and how you were going nope, it got me to
No,
thinking
no.
how many commanders actually have named their ships Anaconda Dome. I mean, probably has
All
to
of
be.
them. All of them.
I mean, probably
All
has
of
to
them,
be
of
close to the
course.
same number that have named their ship Enterprise.
True. Name their cutter Enterprise. It's a good name for it because it's a good cargo hauler. I mean, you know. As it says, Psychon Anacon, don't you dare. Super Dodgeball.
See-
This is not what I would have expected from Super Dodgeball. Go on.
You know, if Psychon ever bought an anaconda, he would name it Got Back.
Aw. We love you too,
Psychon Got
Acid.
Back.
No, it's it would probably
System
be
map.
Anaconda don't want none unless you got landing gear.
Oh, you forget Knack. Oh, and Knack, even though I can never remember if it's Knack or Knack. It's Knack. In AK. Acid said she loves everyone. I hope everybody's looking at chat.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, you got back just in time.
Mm-hmm.
All
Ooh,
systems
Polonium.
check out. No unusual activity.
I
This
got
isn't,
bio signals here, so I'm gonna go check them out.
this isn't the one you were talking about that was the best one. Or your favorite song, right?
Who?
Knack.
No, it's not my favorite song, but it's one of my
Which one
favorite
was-
games.
Which one was your favorite song?
Ice Cap Zone, the one where you're
Ice Cap
snowboarding
Zone.
down the mountain.
Okay. I almost forgot to fuel up this whole time, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Let's top off that tank. Take like no time at all. There we go. And topped off. I love how heat efficient the ship has gotten too. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. I'm going to jump in a little bit later into, I'm going to jump in tonight into, Anthony Mazurik's ship. I'm gonna kit out that Type 9 a little bit better. See if I can do those Imperial cargo routes.
What's involved in that?
Oh, they're just cargo missions, man. Like, you're welcome to join me, of course. The more the more we have, the more payout, you know, or the quicker payouts. Basically, I like to go in and pick out. So at Zeagle Dock, you can grab missions that go to, like a handful of them that go to a single station. So I'll grab as many like single drop missions, and then I'll. That's awful. I grab as many like single missions as I can that like are, you know, like 46 of an item or like 32 of an item going to a station, and then I'll grab a wing cargo mission that goes to the same station, and I'll just run back and forth. And I'll try to run missions that go back and forth, but typically there's only like, it's really one-sided, so you can only grab missions from the station you started at, going to the station you're going to. And even if you don't, you're still making progress on a wing mission.
Except for
That's
data missions.
Yeah, data missions too, if they have them available, that go to that same station. But the wing mission is the big one that I do. So that just makes sure that I always have a full cargo rack, and then, you know, or a full cargo bay,
Okay.
and then...
So that's something interesting to think about. With the change that they've made
Stand
now, where
Okay,
are they
Commander.
still wing missions, or are they going to be team missions now?
As far as I could tell, they're still called wing missions. I could be... Well, you know what? No. Maybe I didn't read that anywhere. I guess they're called team missions then. Whatever. Yeah, it's not just a wing anymore. I contend that it is still your fucking wing, because it is possible to go to a bar with a wingman.
Point.
What?
Point.
Yeah. And if they would have kept it as wing, then you could still go to a bar with your wingman. You can't buy anything there, Frontier. You can't fucking buy anything there, Frontier.
I mean, even EverQuest, you could get drunk.
Like fucking 10 credits, 100 credits. I would pay 100 credits for a fucking, this is just a drink that I'm gonna sit here and RP drink at a table. I would do that. I would waste my credits on that.
Would you pay 100 credits just to sit?
Just to go over and give my character the appearance like they're sitting at the fucking bar drinking? Yes, I would pay 100 credits for that. 100 credits is like nothing in this game. It's like, that's no money. But it would still take credits out of the economy.
Ah, inflation.
Right? Drive those credit costs for ships are too damn high. Where's my meme? We're doing it.
Knack, how you doing, man?
Eating.
What you eating?
Flautas.
You want to say that again when you don't have a mouthful?
Flautas.
That's what
Yeah.
no, wait.
Yeah, flautas.
Chicken flautas? Pork flautas?
I think these are beef.
Beef flautas? Okay.
Yeah, he likes the beef.
I kind of want to try tempeh in a flauta. That would be kind of cool. Right? That would work, right?
Why bother with tempeh, man? Just do some fried tofu.
Okay. Fried tofu with taco seasoning and a fucking flauta.
Just make sure you blanch that tofu before you fry it.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, it gets what? Really soggy.
No, grassy. Like,
Grassy?
yeah.
Okay.
So
I guess I've never found
I-
that.
we eat a lot of tofu.
A lot of tofu, huh?
Hey,
Yeah, we
look,
don't-
it's one of the cheapest proteins you can put your hands on, and I love tofu. Like ever since I was introduced to it when I was like 7, 8 years old, I just love the stuff. Which is funny because you've met my dad, so you know he hates tofu.
Chrissy made tofu in the air fryer. It actually turns out really good. It's difficult to time, I find, in the air fryer, but that might just be because it's still kind of a new device to me.
So yeah, we eat a considerable amount of tofu in this house, and it's about to go up because the meat prices up here in Alaska are soaring.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know that much about that, but definitely finding
Yeah.
it more and more difficult to get things like shrimp for some reason.
Cheeseburger cost me $11 yesterday.
Jeez.
Where at?
Burger King. No fucking joke.
Damn.
Wow.
That's what I paid in the airport for a burger.
Right?
Flight. Yeah.
No thanks.
Supposedly there are some shrubs around here. I'm gonna go find them.
A shrubbery.
A strawberry.
Leaving system. Hyperspace. Checking
One
systems
way or another,
now.
I'm getting
Complete.
first footfall here, so
This must
All
be
integrity is within limits.
Neutron.
All other systems are now at normal levels.
juice.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that? That has to be a bug. That has to be a bug.
What?
That, hold on, we'll look at that in just a moment. I don't want to turn back toward it at the moment, because it is terrifying to look at. Mostly because it's weird and, you know, abnormal and stuff, but this looks like just a regular
and
old
pissed off.
neutron star. So I'm just gonna fly down the very end of it. Wow, my heart's kind of racing. That scared the fuck out of me, actually.
What did?
Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys, but give me a second. Let me get through this scary part.
The new lighting for neutron stars.
Is that not a bug? It looked like that was crazy right now.
How bright the neutron star is.
Yes. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, I don't think it's a bug. I think it's the new lighting engine.
Yeah, they're pretty intense.
Yeah.
It probably is a bug.
Boost activated.
I don't like that. That's scary. It makes me feel like I'm right next to it because I'm used to seeing neutron stars a certain way. Why did y'all have to make it scarier? No. We didn't need that.
So the
Because
sky
we've been taking
here.
it too lax about going into them and getting our jump range increased.
My butthole's I
it
was
should be-
over the butthole puckerage and now it's back. And now I pucker my
Yeah.
butthole when I'm flying through these things again.
Yeah, they
you should
raised
be
the
scared
threshold.
every time you consider having to spook your neutron juice.
That shit looks like it's gonna grow teeth and bite your fucking toes off. Like, no, I don't like that. I do not like that. Yeah, I really took that somewhere. That.
So just gonna point out that the sky here is peach.
Oh, I want to see.
The things of light come out of is probably a little bit more scary.
Let's go have a look.
Oh, look what's coming up next.
Sorry, I'm mad. One more time. Sorry about that, guys. It looks navy blue to me. That doesn't look peach.
Right there.
It's peach.
Right, it does this like peach to teal gradient. It's really cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
No signs of life here, though.
Except you.
That's debatable, right?
We're here.
Undead Explorer.
I mean, it's not really not any different from an undead mechanic, right?
Yep. Today I'm wearing a shirt that I know Mark does not have one of.
Next system en route.
Okay, executing now.
I'm wearing a shirt nobody wants with me. I feel like that's me.
No, this is Marilyn Manson's concert shirt from Freakers Ball 2003.
Man, so I've got my good old Descendant shirt on. I love this shirt.
Beautiful people, the beautiful people.
Oh yeah.
They just put out another they put out a couple new singles that are pretty cool. It's weird, like all the punk stuff that I've seen recently on social media, like Imager, like places that I don't usually like engage with that.
Incoming
content.
bark. False alarm. Stand down. Oh, here it comes. Get ready.
Oh, do I not have the media layer on this layer?
Oh. Fail.
Oh, yes. I don't have the media layer on here because you're piping your audio through, and it would double up the rainwave. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to have to think about how we can fix that. Get over to my view. I'm sure we'll get another chance. Yeah, I no longer have the cam spam. That is gone because green screen. So. Green screen, good. All right. Oh wait, I didn't scan this. Scanner mode.
Right away, Commander.
I'll have to figure out the whole media layer. Might have to divide up the rainwave into a different category or something.
I know acid, right? Like Ninja Dance Party, but I'm the only one dancing.
Oh, I didn't even see you dancing. I wasn't looking at your that screen. Yep, you're an idiot. We have to call the official Ninja Dance Party. You can't just start. You have to be like Ninja Dance Party and then you start.
But does it mean anything if it's not spontaneous?
It's still spontaneous if you call it out, because I mean, do you even watch anime?
No.
You have to say every move out loud. You have to say it out loud, or it doesn't. Or it does not work.
Like the Sao Tome School of Anything Goes martial arts final attack.
Yes. That's a good one, yeah.
Which is what? Nakona.
Leaving system.
What is that, Nakona? Is that one you made up?
No, I'm trying to remember the final attack.
Is that your move?
Hull integrity is.
I don't
within
remember what it
limits.
is.
All other systems are at normal levels.
Shit, I can't remember the name of it.
Do you need a hint?
I have
It's from the breaking. It's from the Breaking Point OVA.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what it's from. Oh shit. Dr. Mario. Okay. Oh shit.
I have the Super Punk Rock Slam. That's one of my.
Fuck, I'm trying to think.
What?
Oh, don't hurt yourself.
I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Affirmative.
Okay, what was
Ninja
it?
fucking dance party. I just want to fucking skank, dude.
Oh, I remember one. The Moko Takabisha.
Wait. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Oh, it works! It works! Look! We're not at 0 frames per second. This is awesome. Dance party because it worked. It's hard to skank in your chair. I'd get up, but then I'd probably destroy everything around me. It's a pretty common case with me. It's definitely what it feels like when I stand up anyway. It's like worlds are shifting. Suddenly I'm in everyone's way.
You think?
Worth it.
Say an old-timey Ryo. Is that Seotome?
Sao Tome.
Sao Tome. Sao Tome School of Anything Goes Martial Arts Final Attack. Ready, run away. Is there a certain...
fuck, the runaway attack. I forgot about that. Yeah, they jumped, turned around, was like, run! Shit, I forgot about that.
Is there a certain way that I should say this?
Sao Tome.
Oh, I got that. Okay, here we go. I think I have a grip on it.
See, you say Sao Tome, and to me it looks more like it should be pronounced Iceland.
You're fired.
Sao Tome School of Anything Goes Martial Arts Final Attack! Ready? Run away! That's what you got. Was it good?
Love it. Worth it. So worth it.
Yeah, I forgot all about that one. I think the first time you saw it was Genma.
The Breaking Point. It was the Breaking Point.
In fact, I've only seen one anime where they didn't like call out their moves every time they did that, and that was Final Fantasy: Legend of the Crystals. And I always thought that was weird because it's Final Fantasy.
They made up for it. They made up for it with other weirdness.
That's true. That is true.
Like the gem or whatever that was absorbed into the girl's body, and her ass was glowing.
Yeah, Death Kiunos at the end was a Death Kiunos at the end was a giant what the fuck moment, because I was like, where the fuck are you? Where is that? Where does this happen? How did we get here? Like, why are we on this? Like, what the fuck?
I'm going back to Wuganagi.
And then you actually see the dude, and he's just like it's like a flesh golem, but like not a golem.
Spoken like a guy who has never watched Akira.
Well, yeah, no, but that like With Akira, I can totally understand it. With this one, it's like this is Final Fantasy. Like I've never seen stuff like that in Final Fantasy. But it does kind of explain where some of that shit comes from, I guess.
Right?
Why is flan an enemy? I really want to understand the decision. Somebody was like, you know what, we should make an enemy? This very specific food product. Is that the like Final Fantasy take on a cave slime?
I feel like that was a localization thing.
You think so?
I feel like it.
Is that not a food product in the Japanese version? Is it not like...
I don't think so. I want to say because those enemies were very Dragon Quest.
Yeah? I could see that. I could see that being a thing.
Right? So you're talking about, these critters got pulled from another game, right? And at the time, Square and Enix weren't the same company.
Okay.
So they couldn't name it. They couldn't translate it as slime because copyright.
Really? You can't use slime? But you could use like cave slime. Right?
I'm just saying. It's pure conjecture.
Oh, okay.
At this point.
Surely they can't just copyright slime like that.
I don't know. As a proper noun, maybe.
Okay, perhaps.
Also, remember the Japanese has some fairly lax copyright shit.
But the
it's
U.S. does not.
Non-existent, but what?
But the U.S. does not.
Yeah, the U.S. does not.
I'm saying it could have been a localization thing.
Slime. I don't know why that reminds me of this.
No. No.
What?
If you start singing Santeria, I quit.
Hang on. Can you switch to my view for a second?
Wait, hold on.
Ain't got no crystal ball.
I'm wanting to know.
Oh no, it's too late.
Damn it! I just got there. What happened?
It was like, so you know how there's the the flare from when you have the Corona mass ejections, I think they're called. Well, like this actually looked like
Not to be
fully
confused
erupted
with mass
stream.
erections, which is what happens every time
No,
Nintendo
mass
does the E3
eruptions,
presentation.
because this is what happens after that.
Well played.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, this is the mass ejections, so that way when it's shooting out from the sun, it's got
Or
the little
E3.
string that explodes out, and yeah. But it was like a really cool stream, and unfortunately, just couldn't catch it in time.
So wait.
Oh damn!
I'm still sitting here scratching my head. How did you connect slime to Santeria? Or was there something else that I missed?
If you know what, if you can't go from slime to sublime to Santeria, I can't help you.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay. I didn't. Yeah, that's the part I wasn't catching.
Maybe
does take
smoke
a
two
little bit of a
joints.
walk.
I thought it was specifically Santeria, like there was a reference. But yeah, I was like, what?
Maybe he was busy seeing red.
As I said though, maybe he smoked two joints.
Maybe he saw red.
Maybe
Before
he didn't smoke two
maybe he
joints.
smoked more.
Maybe he did a really good Bad Religion cover. Also Descendants. Also, they covered the Descendants. It's funny how we just brought this back through the Descendants. I love the Descendants.
I've been on an REM kick here lately.
Yeah.
Is that you in the corner?
So, Sublime, do y'all know that song? What the hell? Suburban Home. Have you?
Is that like a Suburban Commando?
I suppose. Well, anyway, yeah, there's a song on, I think it's on 40 Ounce for Freedom, where called Suburban Home. It's actually a cover of the Descendants song with the same name.
Mm-hmm. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I have something of interest on my screen here.
Okay. That was pretty in time.
I might be sticking around here for a minute.
Dude, awesome.
Yeah, I don't know that this.
The notable stellar.
I don't know that the system has been discovered like at all. So.
Hey, did I just see something for concentrated signal sources as well? Notable stellar phenomena.
Do.
Scanner mode.
So one of the things that this week's patch addressed actually was the points of interest being spawned in the black.
So they nerfed it.
Yeah, which is a good thing actually. We were seeing some stuff that, I mean, how many shipwrecks did you see in the last couple of weeks?
I'm glad that they removed the shipwrecks.
What about the settlement that you ran across?
Yeah, those have been removed as well.
What I wish, and the settlements, what I wish they would do is instead of just hard removing them, maybe adding some more stuff that we can find.
Well, they
way out
did.
Here. Well, I know, but more.
I don't know, man. This system is full of biosignals. Like I just scanned 4 planets in a row that have 4 or more biosignals on them.
Gee, it sure would be great if they gave us something to help us scan those
Right?
biosignals, huh?
Yeah. Commander Confetti.
So I have 2
Borked.
notable stellar phenomena. I have a water world.
Whoa,
I know, right?
Whoa. You got a water world and a terraformable?
No, that's a good question. System map.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know if it's terraformable.
Tons of geosignals here.
No.
I'm totally voting for StarCraft 2.
Tons of GeoCities.
Yeah, that too. System map.
They're GeoCity signals.
What about Alta Vista signals?
Hmm.
Who? That was a Yahoo acquisition, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yahoo acquired Alta Vista. That's right, Commander Bork. Yes, still no. I've not found a single terraformable, a water world, nothing. I found nothing this entire time.
You ain't finding shit, huh?
I ain't found shit. Whoa. Your view. I don't know what's going on with Commander Taylor's view.
Course adjustment.
Let's come back to Psychon, actually. Also getting
There could be some OBS Ninja, man.
Look, like, Psychon is not having a problem. Like, his screen's coming through.
Nor
it's
am I,
not
now that you've cut back.
All systems check out.
What do you mean,
unusual
nor
activity.
are you?
Like, I'm not confetti on your screen anymore.
Well, I mean, yours, it comes and goes.
Right.
You think it's something to do with that scene? You think it's something to do with that scene, then? Let's take a look.
I doubt it.
Let's see immediately confetti. a look?
I'm heading towards some notable stellar phenomena.
20.
You know what? I do. It did go complete slideshow on this scene, though.
Yep, and you are once again
Yep.
Confettiized.
messed up.
Mm.
Oh no. How can fix? How can fix?
Okay, this is an interesting take on Mario.
I dig it.
What, jazz?
Yeah. Mario Jazz.
Actually, I listen to a lot of video game jazz cover bands, like the Consoles and what the hell's the name of that other band? Just a minute, let me find out.
We need
Wow, I can't
we
believe
need
I'm
more
drawing a blank on
electro
that.
swing video game music covers. Tell me I'm wrong.
Where am I looking for this? Ah, yes. Well.
Lies.
No, we do. We do. We definitely do need more electro swing.
I mean, I maintain
I
that
know
the
where it
world
is.
needs more electro swing in general, but
The one-ups, that's what they're called.
I want to say
Yes,
that this
I believe I
this
drew a blank
system.
on that.
I don't think is there any first discoveries here. Yeah, no, nothing's been mapped, nothing's been discovered. So this is a complete. Well, this is a complete Psycon system. Virgin.
Complete Psycon system?
I can't say that.
Yep, there was a threesome.
Yeah, we never did hear the rest of that story.
There's no story to tell.
Because nothing happened, which means he's still. I'll be good.
Well, he said that whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Sorry, there's nothing I can do in the way of warning there.
Okay, we're back.
I'm back in Ziegel Dock.
Hey, you know, while you're there, try the chicken wings.
Give me a minute. I need to request that my.
They got these habanero nuggies there. Let me tell you, man, just
Habanero nuggies.
Oh, now you got me wanting that damn sandwich from Domino's.
Domino's has sandwiches?
Yeah. And well, I only ever had one, and it's really fucking good.
Yeah. I used to work at Domino's.
oh, this is weird. I dropped it this notable thingy, but there's nothing here.
Nothing is found yet. Scanner mode. Did I scan
Okay.
everything here? I feel like I... Oh, no, I didn't.
Did it drop me too early? Must have, because I'm still 3.1 million meters away from it.
Looks like it then.
Jumping to next system.
Well, shit, that's why there's nothing there then. We'll vote up this golden sun.
Ooh. We have us a Lagrange cloud.
There we go. Requested by our very own Bobbert Robert McScience Pants. That's you. Bobbert Robert McScience Pants. I used your full name on the air.
Dude. I've never seen these before.
Scanner mode.
Acknowledged.
What the hell is this? The
Damn.
obsequious heterophobia of Dr. Mellifam Buttfink?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's got stuck in a turf war between Rathian, Anjanath, and
VG
Jagras
Punks.
while I was hunting Fuki. Oh wow. What's up?
I have never seen these before.
What? What is it? What? What is it? I'm looking. I'm watching your slideshow, bro. I do need to fix that. Do need to. Wonder what happened here.
A peduncle tree.
It's going down. Whoa.
The hell is that? A humongous
I don't
jumping jack
know.
in space?
I've never seen one before, Knack.
That's crazy. Scanner mode. I want to look at a few more images.
Night vision.
I feel like it's a distance thing. Like
Night
you're just
vision.
so far away. Like we're getting stuff only in. It's like there's a lot of interference because of the distance. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's actually what's going down, but you know, not in game.
You know, I was actually thinking, I know something
Night
that might improve
vision.
your situation.
What's that?
If Bob could VPN to you. We established that traffic shaping between here and there kind of fucks everything up.
Yeah, that's true. It's weird because this wasn't happening before, and we've been using this for a long time. Scanner mode. Oh wait, no, I already did that. Get that. Wait, was there anything here?
Yeah, that was an interesting object.
Well, there's lots of them here.
It appears that I have nothing here. Or it looks like I'm still about 800 kilometers away.
We have to fly around with it, right? You have to fly around for a while, right?
It's weird because these things, they like carve out a pocket for themselves in this cloud. You see that?
Huh.
I wonder if they're maybe consuming the gas and dust here.
Oh boy, I hope I get a fuel star pretty soon.
Weird.
I need to look up what is
Affirmative.
the trade rank levels after Tycoon, then what?
Elite.
So I thought so. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you're almost elite in trade. Congratulations on that too. That is no small undertaking, obviously. And then you'll have access to Shinrarta Desra, and you can get 10% off everything.
You just have to have elite in something.
Just elite in
Anything.
Yeah. In fact, I think you can even get elite in CQC to get that, right? Or does CQC not count for that?
It does.
Does it? Has anybody here tried CQC? Just out of curiosity.
I have.
Me too. I tried a match. Wasn't really about it. I mean, it's fun. It actually is fun, but I don't know. I like the feeling of working towards something and then getting it. You know, I think that's why I like Monster Hunter so much. Like that big hit of that dopamine you get when you down a big monster is really satisfying.
Sorry.
Like,
There we go.
like
I hate energy drinks.
like engineering your ship.
Hey,
What?
Psychon found him a Lagrange cloud too.
Ah. So are these showing up on the I forget what the scanner is called.
Yeah.
That's cool. I haven't found anything yet.
Adjusting for jump.
I'm sad. I have the worst luck with this shit today. I haven't found shit today. Like not a single terraformable or anything.
Hull integrity is within limits.
Nothing.
All other
This has
systems
been
are at normal
completely
levels.
fruitless. You okay? Oh. The brown dwarves do look pretty cool now, though.
Lights.
Camera.
Monkey.
A monkey.
Oh, there's a whole lot of debris around here.
Haha. There's an acid honey joke in there.
It's poop.
Scanner mode.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Is it poop?
9 jumps to get there.
Austrinium something tree.
There's
Peduncle
nothing
tree.
here. I need gas. Okay, the next jump actually has a fuel star. Jeez, man. What's the guy got to do?
Course adjustment. Hyperspace velocity reached. Exit destination confirmed.
Ooh.
Arrival in 5, 4,
With the Okami
3,
soundtrack. Oh my
2,
god.
1.
I mean, fuck, that was just such a brilliant game. I need to beat it. I haven't beaten it yet. I get stuck.
What
in
game
these
is that?
games.
Ogami?
Okay, Super
Okami,
Cruise.
Yeah, I have not beaten it yet. I have it on like 2 systems. 3? 2. No,
I've never
2.
played Okami.
Oh my god, it's such a gorgeous game. It's wonderful though. It really is a good game.
Engage Super Cruise.
It's like it's like a cult class. It's like the video game version of a cult classic.
Okami
Knack.
HD, available for PC.
Yeah, it's
Knack.
on Steam.
Yes.
Knack.
Yeah.
It's like Katamari Damacy.
You run around and gather shit up in a giant ball.
I mean, not exactly like it, but yeah, it's definitely sort of indie niche type of game.
Yeah, very much. It's like an action. Yeah, it's like a story-driven action game.
I have to check it out. Well, one that I bought really cheap on Steam a while back, but actually enjoyed it a lot better than I thought I would, was Bastion.
Oh god, I love
Dude.
Bastion. Oh. Oh, I've beaten that game twice. I
Ding ding
love
ding
it.
ding ding! We have a winner.
Yeah. Oh my god, that game is gorgeous. Did you play Transistor, Bob?
Yes.
Did you like it? I haven't played very far.
Not
into
as
it.
much as Bastion.
Yeah, it didn't have the charm that Bastion had. I like it
Yeah.
still. It's very cool. I like the graphics that they chose. Have you played Hades? Hades is getting a shit ton of
No.
attention. Hades is apparently fan-fucking-tastic. Like, everybody loves Hades.
Yeah, but Hades is a roguelike, man, and I don't really lean toward roguelikes.
Was Bastion not considered a roguelite? Well, it was a roguelite. Right?
Yeah.
Or no, I guess not really, I guess.
Yeah, so it didn't have that, brutal, you're gonna die all the time and the dungeon's gonna regenerate every time kind of gameplay that a roguelike has.
Yeah.
And I don't lean toward that.
You don't like rogue style games? Or you do
I
like
don't.
those rogue style? Oh, okay.
No, it's just not my cuppa, man.
I like seeing iterations of rogue style games. Like I liked I know you can't really like okay, the rogue style game that they had in 14 was pretty cool. I liked that a lot. You know, but like still that's a rogue light, right? Because it actually has like save points and you're not like restarting the dungeon. Spelunky was badass. That was a fucking awesome game. That's a rogue style. Or it's considered a rogue style game. You played Spelunky though, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And you liked that one.
Again, not really my style of game, man.
Oh, okay. Okay. I want the book. I liked it. I did not beat it, and I probably won't. But I thought it was a good game. It's a lot of fun. It's well designed. I want to read the book about it. I want to read the book where he's talking about how he wrote the like generation, like procedural generation for the level. So that would be an interesting read, I feel like. That's a boss fight books, I believe. Boss fight books. Also recently added another book called The Masters of Doom. I think it was called.
I've had that on my wish list for forever.
Really, Masters of Doom?
Yep.
Did you see that the audiobook is voiced by Will Wheaton?
I don't do audiobooks, man.
I mean, I don't generally either, but did you see that he voiced the audiobook for it? I just think that's interesting.
I did see he voiced the audiobook for The Martian, though.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder I wonder if he's done a lot of audiobooks. Can you imagine, like, you're falling asleep, Will Wheaton is reading you a story?
No, because if that were to happen to him, he'd just automatically go, "Shut up, Wesley."
The only audiobook I ever listened to, it was a riveting experience. It was Bill Gates' The Road Ahead, recorded by Bill Gates.
Wow.
I did not buy that by choice. My grandmother bought me that. I listened to it.
That's cool. So under what circumstances did you actually listen to like an audiobook? Was this like you're at the gym or like you're at the, you're driving to work or something?
I think I was listening to it during my commute.
During your commute? Yeah,
my Mustang back in the day.
Yeah, kind of me too. Like I'll only really do that on like commutes or like.
I'm at another Lagrange cloud.
Oh wow. That one's really close to a star. That's kind of cool to see the silhouettes. Banner mode. I wanted to see how long we could run Psycon's view and it like keep up and like
hey,
it's been doing good.
Wing Commander?
What's up with that? What's up, man? Huh?
Take a look.
Take a look at what?
At this.
Your camera? Your camera? Oh. Whoa.
What is that sound?
Everybody look what's going down.
Everybody listen.
Is that what the line is?
Hey man, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like
I did get it.
I want to say these are trees.
They look like
nothing little about them, dude. Look at these things.
What, space trees?
Yeah, they're space trees. Oh, they're little.
Oh god, you found the nursery for the dry chips.
Do you think they bear fruit? I like this. This is badass song. I like this song.
What is it? I'm digging it, but what is it?
It's from Top Gear. It's a
Rebellion,
rockabilly,
the
dark
Dark
gears,
Street.
surfing gear, 8-bit instrumental. Oh, there's another one of those
Hull
neutron
integrity is
stars.
within
We're not.
limits.
I'm not gonna.
All other
Not gonna
systems
shit my
are at
pants.
normal
Not gonna
So
shit my pants.
we can't. So we can't. We can't genetically sample things because we don't have the equipment for it. But you can still scan them with your SRB data scanner.
Okay.
So you can get something for them. At least you'll get the codex entry for them.
Trying to come up to just the very edge of this thing.
Also, bacterial colonies right here underneath my ship. Oh no, these are stratum. Whatever the fuck those are.
Aw. I hate having to pass back.
Recover the
through these.
SRB.
Damn it. Nothing worse than this. Okay. Please don't make me look directly
Gypsium
at the star.
peduncle pod.
That's okay. That has to be a bug, dude. That looks awful.
What's that? Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a bug.
Well, a bug?
Nearly dangerous?
No way.
Boost activated.
Must be Thargoids.
Not inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Keep using that word. This song's kind of taking us on
Did
a
I
journey.
tell you about that?
What's that?
So your niece, her last day of school, her teacher decides.
Next
Complying.
system and route.
What was I saying?
Something
Last
about
day of
last day of
school.
school.
Last day of school, her teacher says, we can do some assignment or we can watch The Princess Bride. And of course, the class is like, well, let's watch a movie. Like, this is no brainer, right? He says, okay. And he pulls out a VHS copy of The Princess Bride.
Hyperspace. Checking
Wow.
systems now. Complete.
To her credit, your niece is the only student in that class that recognized a VHS tape when she saw it.
Key systems are
Also,
at optimal
wow.
levels. Readying for exit.
The rest of her classmates are like, what is that? And she's like, that's a videotape. Haven't you ever seen a
If
videotape
really,
before?
like, if they really wanted to press, they should have pulled out a Laserdisc copy.
Feels old, man.
No, I can't say that she would recognize a laser disc.
Laser. This is a laserdisc.
My daughter had a
movie on
show
there.
and tell at school a while back involved USB sticks and floppy disks.
Story time, story time.
The first time I saw an ADAT tape, I was like, whoa, that's a VHS tape. We're going to record on that. And the guy was like, this is not a VHS. Oh.
This is a Betamax.
This is an
Mhm.
ADAT.
But yeah, my daughter,
Brain.
for her show and tell, she
Your
took
brain on drugs.
I think one of my old hard drives, a USB stick, and an assortment of floppy disks. 3.5, 5 1/4, and 8-inch.
Let me guess. The 8-inch has got your current backup of your brain.
Scanner mode.
Acknowledged.
Oh,
Why not? That's where mine's stored on.
I just have
yeah,
it
I'm
on
not
the
Chip
thumb drive.
Carson.
I'm gonna step away for a second. I will be right back.
Now, is it a hard drive or a hard card?
Huh?
For bonus points, you know it was a micro-channel hard card.
Yeah. No, I said I'm not Chip Carson. I don't back my brain up on a 8-inch floppy.
That's right. Use optical media. At least then it can't be erased by any stray magnet.
If it's an 8-inch, it better be hard. Giggity, 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 giggity. I really need to
All right,
record
let me get that Jira ticket open.
What? For what?
That one.
For the giggity thing?
Yeah, the 4-part harmony.
Oh, yes, yes. And there's the bingo ticket for mentioning Jira as well. Or the bingo for mentioning Jira in the stream.
Damn!
Huh?
Got another freaking Lagrange point here.
Dude, I'm finding like nothing.
One of my favorite things to do is get on Beat Saber and look up weird shit. The weirdest one I found so far was JG Wentworth.
Yeah,
To be fair, I mean this trip has been pretty dry when it comes to these kind of notable stellar phenomena. Don't.
You did it. You did that.
I know it wasn't intentional though.
Okay, I found my landing zone because there are biological signals here. So we're just going here. This is the first
Is it
thing I
poop?
found. Is it poop? It probably is poop. It's
Always
probably
poop.
It's
Is it
probably
warm?
poop.
Yeah. It's warm. It's poop.
That's our next segment. It's probably poop. You got it. What
The
is it?
family show.
It's probably poop. I found a USS. What is it? It's probably poop. Flying in space. Poop. Space poo.
Wait.
That stuff it gets out here, man. You know,
Aww.
you're in your ship, you make a poo, and then you do a poo, and then you have to. It's got to go somewhere, and
Well, I got a water world here.
That's into the vacuum, and then sometimes you find it later.
Right, you have to vent that stuff, right? This is constellation urine.
Yep. You're right.
It's not a brown dwarf.
Not coming from your ship.
Would you just eject it into the sun, into a star? Would that be acceptable? Would that get rid of the? I mean, it would just evaporate, right? Like it would become nothing, or would it like? Could it potentially?
It would
deal
burn.
damage.
It would combust.
Would it deal damage to the star over time?
Yeah, you're
People
injecting biomatter into a giant nuclear reactor.
Yeah, would it eventually harm the star if people were to do it?
No.
No.
No. Goodness, no.
You know how much
when you
mass
consider
it would
that
take to do that?
When you consider that your entire ship is 1/1,000,000th of 1,000th of 1% of the mass of an average star, even a red dwarf star, right?
But like,
if you drop a deuce and then you eject that into a star, right? That's 1/1,000,000th of 1/1,000,000th of 1/1,000,000th of 1,000th of a percent of its
Not to
mass.
mention the fact
Won't
that
even notice it.
yeah, unless it was heavily shielded and protected, it'd never make it to the surface.
Nope. Atomically, it would. It would
Well, yeah.
combust, and then that chemical reaction would result in the creation of
hey, sorry.
what?
What is so like I have these various like signals for biosignals, and they're kind of like there's some that are like inverted from one another, so I'm like,
yeah, so tussocks are grass.
okay, I don't think I've seen any of them yet.
Yeah, so fungoids are shrooms. I'm not sure what oseus are.
Fonticula. Fonticula, I think I've seen those before. Fungoids are going to be shrooms. And you said osseous is grass. So like
No. Tussocks are grass. I'm not sure what Osseous is.
Let's go find out. That'll be the one then. Thank you. That's all I needed.
Borg.
That's what we're seeing this time. We're gonna go see what Osseous is.
Osseous? I don't know. Let's look it up in the dictionary.
That's our next segment. Let's look it up in the dictionary. Actually, we already have that segment. It's called
Calcified substance from which bones are made. So I'm gonna say they're probably calcite. You probably won't be able to distinguish them from rocks until you're right up on them and you scan them.
Great.
So they're probably okay. So on Earth, some of the oldest evidence of life is almost 4.5 billion years old, give or take a couple 100 million years. And they are the calcified remains of bacterial colonies. I think that's what Osseous is referring to.
Okay. So let's go scope it out.
Also could be referring to diatoms. But that doesn't make any sense because diatoms are microorganisms.
Could also be Thargoids.
It's always Thargoids. That goes without saying. Thargoids?
Thargoids?
Thargoids.
I'm not going to say it's Thargoids, but it's Thargoids.
It's always Thargoids.
All right, we are dropping from orbital cruise now. Gravity 0.24 Gs. Okay, so I might actually have a nice little landing spot here that's right on the edge of a zone between the two of these different types. Not that that's going to make much of a difference because I'm only going to drive to one, but I think I also see a nice landing zone ahead.
Got some killer instinct going on. That tells you how many quarters I killed in that arcade machine.
That was a good arcade. It was a really good arcade. And the console ports that it got were actually pretty good too.
And the music is great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of a surprising fighter when it came out. Like, oh, hey, this is actually really good.
It was fun, and the auto combos actually made it fun, which is kind of funny because the Street Fighter veterans really despise the auto combos.
Yeah.
But, button mashers like me, we like them.
Yep, same.
So, speaking of which, there is a skating rink right up the street here. Yeah. That for years and years has had a Street Fighter 2 arcade machine in a broken state sitting in the skating rink. A few years ago, they closed. I am not trying to make contact with the guy who owned it, because I want to see if he refused my offers to repair his Street Fighter 2 machine over and over again. I want to see if he's willing to get rid of it.
Okay.
There aren't a whole lot of arcade machines I would want, but that would be one of them.
Yeah,
Street Fighter 2, right?
Yeah.
That is a piece of history.
Yeah. I would be really upset to find out that he tossed it or something stupid.
I don't know. I'll let you know if I actually manage to establish contact with him.
I want to go downhill here. So. Fuck. Okay.
He's also got a Dig Dug machine that's also broken.
And I'd be interested in him. I love me some Dig Dug.
Yeah, but it's not as important as Street Fighter.
Modules.
I need to land up here where it's more flat.
But still a good game.
So I have 2 different kinds of organisms here
Yeah?
in this Lagrange cloud. Yeah, we got the old crystalline lattices, and then we've got these. I don't know what to call them, penis clusters. You know, they kind of look like jacks, so maybe we'll call them Dick Jacks.
Dick Jacks.
Lowering gear.
Peduncles, that's what they're called, peduncles.
Okay. This should be right on top of this flat area, so. Bringing her down.
Oh, these are ice crystals. Interesting. Albinum ice crystals. I'm gonna get up close. I don't think I've seen ice crystals of this type before. Alright, I'm gonna say right now, up close and personal, Frontier, your ice shaders need some work.
Everything needs some work.
Oh, wait, what? I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Not what I meant to do.
They're cold though. I'm icing up.
I have a request from Acid Honey.
Oh, wait, where is it? Can I direct a raid for you when you guys close up? Yeah, sure. First
Weird.
footfall confirmed. Unsafe temperatures.
That is so weird.
What's that?
There's some kind of light source here that's not the star.
Whoa,
yeah.
Whoa, let me.
I want you to watch my canopy. It's not.
He seems to be smoking. It's boogers? Yeah, that sounded like the
Do you see it?
I couldn't tell. It cut off when I cracked it.
Do you see the flickering lights?
Sort of. Whoa, weird.
I don't know because
No, I can't
because
see
the
the
stream just
flickering
turned
lights,
into a static slideshow.
Slideshow. Can you get a quick recording of it?
No.
Like OBS?
I don't even have OBS running at the moment.
Oh, that's right.
Can you look directly at my feed in OBS Ninja?
I can try. Moment. Now let's see if my browser shows it better.
I mean, you can kind of see it's very slideshowy on the stream. But,
Oh my god!
right?
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Dude, that is crazy. That has to be a glitch in the light. I bet that's the stars reflecting their light off the stuff on your camera.
I don't know. It's weird though, right?
It is weird.
It's the Matrix, Neo.
Oh, you're at the crystals too. That's okay, so that's interesting. That my view in the browser looks better than the one in OBS for some reason. So like it's my OBS causing that.
Did you update it or install the update prior to the stream today?
Yeah, but this has been going on for the last few streams.
Yet another reason.
I haven't had access to any of that stuff for a while though. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's my fault. I'm sorry. I've got to get the VPN shit reconfigured, and I need to test it, and all that'll be back up and working. I just have not had time. Hold on a second, I'm about to wander out of range for my headset for a second. It didn't cut out. Yeah, I haven't had the time.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. So I wanted to go the way my ship was pointing. So that's this way. Let's see if I can come into any of these biosignals before we close up. The rock is interesting. There's kind of it kind of has a iron, kind of rusty look about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like an oxidization of metal. It's weird.
Where's the water coming from, then?
I don't know if this planet.
You don't need water for rust to form.
Well,
All you
oxidation, but
need is oxygen.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm saying it's kind of what it looks like, is like rust. Or like an oxidization. Because like it kind of has...
Is
It
this
doesn't really-
science theme? This is science theme.
It is science theme, yeah.
huh? Still science theme.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite versions of this too. This is really good.
I know, right?
Trying to figure out where... Wait, oh, I see something in the distance. That looks weird. What is that? That's... Okay, hold up. What is this? Off in the distance over here. That's interesting looking. Oh, that's them. Wow. Uh-huh.
Hmm?
What are you?
Shroomies.
Are those shrooms?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Let's see, what did we find? Osseous pumice, peach. So this is osseous, or what? Osseous. They do kind of, they look like a like a type of fungi.
They look like a brain fungus, but no, it's like a coral formation, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it does kind of strike me as being more like it could be, yeah, it looks like you could go either way with that. It could like either a fungus or a coral. What the hell? Did I run over one by accident? Yeah, I did. Okay. Did I? Oh yeah, there's one right there. Okay, we need to back out of this. Come on. Let's not drive over the living things. I thought the osseous would look more like a rock. That's interesting. But that's one of the songs that we had the sheet music to, didn't we, Dave? I don't think he heard me. Wonder if there's anything else out here for me to find. Reached another flat area. This would be another good landing zone. Dismiss the ship. As you wish. I call it later.
Orbital navigation guidance system online.
Oh, the horizon looks so cool here. It's got a really neat gradient about it. Oh. This bowls like an impact crater.
Holding pattern Alpha.
Remember when impact craters were kind of the only thing that was interesting to check out?
Oh, we're closing in on time, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
We are.
Yeah, Acid, if you want to toss me that recommendation for raid, I am totally down.
The sky here is very red.
Okay. There's some more of those things. Gonna move down. Whew. The terrain here is just so rough. Okay, let's. I'll ping. Give me a second.
All right. So there's the raid target.
Oh, I didn't see it. War Fear. Okay. I will have that.
What is that?
All right.
I mean, that clearly appears to be alive, but I can't scan it.
What is it?
I don't know.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, that does appear alive. But you can't scan it.
Mm-mm.
And finding these biological signals are kind of few and far between here. Used to like 2 or 3 being in the same kind of area, and definitely I was seeing that on the map, but like, man, it's hard to find the other variety. I know we're just about it. Well, we are at time here.
Say, you boys ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One moment. Let me just grab this quick screenshot here, and once I get parked, I will wrap this up. Probably about 1 or 2 minutes. Tops. All right. Some brain trees, or not brain trees, but the weird, totally not fungus things. Gonna kind of park right here. Get a good external view. 5.
Alright, let's see what kind of repairs need to be made. They didn't have any neutron jumps, so recover the SRV.
Well, that's a pretty picture. All right, are we all ready to wrap it up?
I am.
All right, guys. Well, I hope that you've all enjoyed the show today, as much as we've enjoyed making it. And I hope that you'll join us tomorrow for another episode of New Delancia, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition campaign. As well as that happens 5 to 7 p.m. Central Time on my channel. Otherwise, join us next week for another episode of Deep Space Transmissions every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Time. Check out the information down below in the About section for more information. Or if you're watching on YouTube, check the video description. That's what they call it there. All right, guys. So, again, I hope you join us next time. And as always, this is VG Punk's the Video Game Punk.
Commander Taylor-Made Confetti.
Commander S.A. Icon Jr.
Commander Nakona.
And we are signing off. Keep a song in your heart. 07.
07.
07.
07, y'all.